Graham Hicks, and you're watching World's Strongest Fan.
Yeah, again, come on.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to talk about Strongman Graham Hicks. Now recently, Graham declined his invitation to the World's Strongest Man. He's got lots going on in his personal life, including setting up his own new gym. And now that he's got that out of the way, it means he can focus on training specifically for the competitions coming up, one of which is the Giants Life Open happening on the 6th of August in Cardiff. Now his current stats are as follows. Graham's height is 5'10", his weight roughly 150 kilos or 330 pounds. I've seen some photos of Graham on Instagram and I think he might be slightly lighter. He is definitely looking pretty lean. Hopefully that's a conscious decision so that he can be faster at medleys, but we'll have to wait and see. And his personal best in the deadlift is 430 kilos or 948 pounds. I expect to see Graham break that this year. Now next up we've got some clips. First, an Atlas stone to a height of 5'10". That's the same height as Graham. The weight of the stone is 140 kilos or 308 pounds. It's quite light, but it will be for the first stone of the stone run. Here's another lift, 160 kilos or 352 pounds in one motion. That was no problem for him. Now next up he's on the power stairs. This is an event that was at this year's World's Strongest Man. I'm assuming that Graham bought the kit just before the event in case he changed his mind. But you can see here he's pretty good at it, so if he did make the finals he would have been fine. Here's a heavier one, 210 kilos or 462 pounds, and that's also no problem. Following on from that, we've got a clip of him squatting. He always likes to use a safety bar. Interestingly, his technique, he does lean forward quite a bit, and if you were going to be a coach, you might point that out to him, but when you see the next clip, you may decide, actually, Graham probably knows what he's doing. The weight on the bar today is 220 kilos or 485 pounds for 8 reps. He's not struggling at any point, so this is definitely just a lightweight for him. But here's the lift I was talking about. In competition a few years back, Graham squatted 440 kilos or 970 pounds on a standard bar. He also gets some really good depth and a slight pause at the bottom. So definitely someone who doesn't need tips from me on squatting, and as you can see, he can shift some serious weight when he needs to. Now next up we get to check out his deadlift. Graham doesn't really have any weaknesses, and the deadlift is pretty much one of his best events. The weight today is 340 kilos or 750 pounds for 3 reps in a suit. Now a few weeks later, he goes a bit heavier, getting closer to competition time. This is 360 kilos or 793 pounds for 2 reps, all good until the weights fall off. Next up though, this is the interesting clip, his new personal best for reps. It's 370 kilos or 815 pounds for 5 reps. This is why I think Graham's going to break his personal best in the deadlift at that competition. If he can peak nicely, he'll definitely be in a really strong position. And I'll also add, this is the new gym that he set up. So as you can see, Graham's got all the kit he needs, and I think that's definitely going to help his prep. And a throwback lift, this is, in competition, a powerlifting show, 405 kilos or 892 pounds. That's with no straps and no suit. He holds it strong and puts it down under control. And the final deadlift is done on an axle. He's not even pulling from height, he's put a platform in place to make sure he still pulls from a standard height of roughly 9 inches. Now whilst this is a throwback lift, it's 420 kilos or 925 pounds for 2 reps, the axle not flexing at all, making it a very difficult lift. Next up we move into an overhead press. This is just to show you what he can do on a dumbbell. The weight, not too heavy today, 70 kilos or 154 pounds for 2 reps. Graham known for pressing well over 100 kilos, no problem also. And finally, the event you guys have probably been waiting for, Graham Hicks training the log press. Now in this clip, he's simulating what it would be like in competition. The weight is 140 kilos or 308 pounds for 6 reps, and he gives himself roughly 60 seconds. But I think he can get more reps. What do you guys think he can do in this clip to save time? What I think is not dropping that log down. Some of the times it gets sort of misplaced and he has to put it in a reset position before going again. That's definitely going to cost him a couple of seconds, noticing how that log also bounces around. If he could hold on to it, especially at that lighter weight, he could place it back down and go again much quicker. Doing that, I feel Graham could probably hit 8 reps. But hey, I'm not the expert, I'm just the guy watching the video, so good luck to Graham, I'm sure he knows what he's doing. And following on from this, I've got another clip of Graham going heavier. This time the weight is 160 kilos or 352 pounds for 3 reps, but again, he's throwing that log down, it bounces and he has to reset. That's again definitely where I feel he's losing time. Obviously, this is just a training video, but if Graham, if you're watching this, maybe that's something you can look at. Keeping hold of that log, placing it back down and going again. I know it's not competition, but definitely needs to make sure he's doing everything he can to give himself the best possible chance. Now next up, this is what you guys expect to see. Graham Hicks lifting a crazy weight with no leg drive. This is on a wooden log also, so it's probably not very well balanced. The weight is 215 kilos or 474 pounds, and if Graham can get back in that kind of shape, he could be unstoppable. And speaking of getting to peak Hicks, here he is in one of his new hot or cold tubs. Graham definitely taking his recovery to the next level. He's probably seen other athletes, people like the Strongman brothers and Eddie Hall. They definitely take their recovery very seriously, so investing some extra time in that is got to be worthwhile. And I wanted to finish the video with the most recent podiums that Graham's made. One of them was Britain's Strongest Man in 2021, where he came third. Up against some really strong competition in Tom Stoltman, the current world's strongest man, and Adam Bishop. Adam and Graham actually have a history. They both started their strongman journeys in the under 105 kilo category. Look at them now, beefed up and competing in the Opens, and definitely holding their own. The other podium that he made recently was Europe's Strongest Man 2021, where he also came third, being beaten at that show by Alexei Novikov and Luke Stoltman. So Graham's definitely got a couple of scores to settle, and hopefully he can do it at the Giants Live Open. And just before I go, where do you think Graham will place this year? Leave a comment below. Do you think he'll make the podium or even take the win? I'd be super interested to find out. Anyway guys, that's it from me today. I really hope you enjoyed this video on Graham Hicks and his prep for this year's Giants Live Open. If you did, give me a thumbs up and hit subscribe, and I'll catch you again as always on the next one.